The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with a wonderful singer from Albany, New York. He's got an album called VP, which features a few hit singles as well, too. We'll be playing one of those in later on the show. He's got a unique style of pop, funk, and trap. So we're going to talk more about that. He's got a degree in biochemistry, and he just loves to make things happen when it comes to music. And, of course, his father fronts a classic rock band and more. And live, ladies and gentlemen, from beautiful New York State, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios in New York State, Vince Palmeri. Vince, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Mike. Happy to be here.
Well, we're happy to have you on as well, too. So you're out of Albany, New York, and you've got a new album called VP, which is featuring Infatuation, which we'll play later on the show. You also have My One, The Rush, and you have a really unique style of pop, funk, and trap. You also got a degree in biochemistry, and, of course, a really interesting story about that. Your father fronts a classic rock band. And before we get into all that, tell us how you first got started.
Well, I'd say I've been kind of been singing all my life, and it's always just been something I really did and was passionate about from when I was a young kid, and I kind of just took it with me, and over the course of my teenage years, started teaching myself guitar, figuring out how to write songs, trial and error, that kind of thing. And after I moved up to Albany and got a job at a pharmaceutical company, I kind of was just like, this is good and all, but I really want to go after my dream. And what my dream was to be a singer and a songwriter. So I kind of walked into a studio one day with some songs, and the rest is history. Now we're here.
Yeah, that's amazing as well, too. And what was that one precise moment that influenced you in what you're doing today?
That one moment, I'd say, probably was a time I was playing out with my dad's band during summer break, and I was doing a couple covers in a bar with him, and I was just really, I don't know, I was really feeling it that night. I was really on, and people really just reacted so well in a way that I'd never seen before. And I just kind of brought the house down in the bar. And, there's probably like 30 people in there, but the way people reacted to it was like, you really got something here. You should go after this. And that's kind of what just sparked me into giving it a shot.
Oh, that's amazing too. It's like, performing like that in a bar. Did they buy you drinks afterwards or something, or what?
Yeah, it was, it was that kind of thing. It was a neighborhood bar. It was a lot of people I knew. And then, a lot of strangers too. So it was just a great night from what I remember. And, that was probably a defining moment for me in terms of going after what my passion is and what I want.
I was just going to ask you that as well too, but you hit the nail right on the head. And who are some of your other favorite artists, singers, and musicians growing up?
So growing up, I listened to a lot of like classic stuff, like a lot of 80s and 90s. I really love Chicago, Rolling Stones, Eagles, Michael Jackson, obviously. And then, some newer influences of my own, and probably like people, huge pop songwriter producers like Max Martin, people like Justin Timberlake, Maroon 5, Bruno Mars, Katy Perry, people like that, just like those, really, really huge names that kind of defined the last decade of pop is where I draw a lot of my current inspiration from.
Mm-hmm. And of course, this all goes into your album as well, too. We'll talk about it in just a minute. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here as singer, songwriter, multi-talented musician Vince Palmeri here on the Mike Wagner Show from Albany, New York. He's got a new album out called VP, and it's featuring Infatuation, My One, and The Rush. He's also a degree in biochemistry. And before we get into some of your songs as well too, and you have a really unique sound of pop, funk, and trap. You can just tell us all about that, especially the trap part.
Yeah, well, for my first album, I was kind of that came out over a year ago at this point, and that was kind of me trying to just figure out my sound, figure out what was really going to work for me, what felt the most authentic to me. So there was a lot of different stuff on that album stylistically, and that's kind of why it was branded as more of like a, there's some trap influences, there's some funk influences on there, there's just some pure, straightforward radio pop songs like The Rush. But I think ultimately, when I wrote that album, it was kind of just me throwing stuff at the wall and seeing what sticks. And towards the end of that album is when I wrote The Rush. It was probably one of the last songs I think I wrote for the album. And I was like, this is definitely the single, So I put that out ahead of the album because I just felt like it kind of defined me at the time that it was. And it served me well for what that song was, and it really gave me a platform to elevate myself to the next level. And it was just a special song for me. I wrote it with my friends who were in my band with me, Rob and Dylan. It's my friend Rob playing guitar, Dylan on the bass there, and it was just like a really great moment to kind of collaborate and come together for something and see such a positive impact from it in our community.
Mm-hmm. And of course, The Rush sounds like a really big single as well too, and of course, My One as well. And tell us more about that.
So My One was a song I actually wrote over just a beat that I got from a producer, and it just felt like, it felt like a good like track 2 for the album, and I think that's where I put it. But it just felt like a a kind of let loose, feel good summer song. It's light, it's funky, it's got some, rhythm to it. And it's kind of just a song about finding your one person and being down for that person.
And what do you base your lyrics on?
I base all my stuff on real experiences. So, I'm sure all singers say that, but I really do try to put a little bit of my truth in everything I write, whether it's a loose connotation to my life or straightforward, this is what's happening. I try to really connect with the song and find a way for the lyrics to connect back to me and, hopefully other people too, because that's my ultimate goal when I'm writing songs is that people connect with it, So yeah, up until this point, I've written all my songs. I haven't really done much with co-writing. I co-wrote my latest single, which is called Guilty Pleasure. I co-wrote that with a guy named Theory, who's a fantastic producer and writer as well. But I'm not opposed to it by any means. In fact, I'm looking to get more into co-writing with a lot more folks in the industry because there's no egos here, is the way I'll put it. I'm not the end-all be-all of songwriting, so I would always love to collaborate with more people in the future.
And I think that's a really good start as well, too. We'll play your song Infatuation in just a minute, but first listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking for a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 10% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on themikewagnershow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here with singer, songwriter, multi-talented Vince Palmeri out of Albany, New York, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Right now, here is Infatuation from his latest release, VP. Here's Infatuation from Vince Palmeri right here on the Mike Wagner Show.
Let's go. Hold up, my man's card. Oh, the card. Yeah, I got a card. Let me see card. No, I know Vince actually. Yo, my boy. We used to be roommates.
Come bring your body real close to me. Let's take it all the way. Feel how the rhythm just sets you free. Some things you can't explain. My mind's getting hazy. I'm thinking maybe that you're leaving me tonight. So slow it down, 'cause I've never felt so alive. Need you around, take me to your paradise. I'm dangerously falling for you, baby. Don't know how you do what you do to me, and I'm so into you. It's so sensitive, maybe too excessive. Got no explanation, maybe this is pure infatuation. Lights down low and the heat is up. I feel you on my skin. Feels like we're alone in this club. Wish that you let me in. Wrap your hands on more light. Stay in my arms, I'm feeling right. Yeah, it's just you and I tonight. So slow it down, yeah, 'cause I've never felt so alive. Being without you, I don't know if I will survive. I'm dangerously falling for you, baby. Don't know how you do what you do to me, and I'm so into you. It's so sensitive, maybe too excessive. It's obsessive, maybe too excessive. Got no explanation. Maybe this is pure infatuation. I'm dangerous. Falling for you, falling for you, baby. What you do to me, yeah, I'm so into you. It's obsessive, maybe too excessive. Got no explanation. Maybe this is pure infatuation.
And that's Vince Palmeri with Infatuation here on the Mike Wagner Show. Vince, tell us more about that song and what inspired you to write it.
Well, Infatuation came about right after I got signed to a management deal here in Albany, and I put out my first music video for The Rush, and I was coming right off of, releasing my album, and I was like, I need a really just, banging comeback single that's going to really get people going. It's going to make people talk, and I wanted to do a dance club song because that's kind of what I felt like my album was missing. I felt like there was a lot of good stuff on there, but there was really nothing that was just a certified banger, So I got connected with Theory and Simona, who's a phenomenal producer, engineer out in Italy. And I sent him a demo for that song that I recorded last summer. And I was like, look, here's the demo. It's not great. Can we make it great, And they redid the entire beat. They did a whole new instrumental. They reproduced my vocals, and I put it out back in November. And I shot the video with Cameron Gallagher as well, who's another local guy, and he's phenomenal. I'm actually shooting the video with him Saturday. So
wow, that's amazing! And of course, checking out the song and the video as well too. That was fantastic, and I have to say that I loved it. Yeah, and of course, when I saw that, I thought it was going to be like a Rod Stewart sound like, but I mean, you just took Infatuation to a whole new level. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try to be unique and authentic in everything I do, so appreciate it.
And of course, speaking of being authentic, unique, and just trying everything as well too, what can we expect from you in 2020 and beyond?
So 2020, I've been kind of laying low for the first half of the year. I put out a single called Complicated back in February with a video, which is, it was a breakup song. It was kind of just something to get you through the winter. I put out Guilty Pleasure last month, actually, but I'm actually gearing up now to release a song every month now for pretty much the rest of 2020. And I've been taking this time in quarantine to write, to record a lot of quality stuff, and I feel like I'm really, about to put out my best material in the coming months. So it's exciting to finally be in a place where I'm geared up, I'm ready to go, I've got everything set. It's just a matter of rolling it out and figuring out how to do that. So.
And it's a matter of time as well, too. It sounds like you got great works coming ahead, and look forward to having you on soon in 2020 and keep us up to date. And just a few more things with Vince Palmeri here on the Mike Wagner Show. Who do you consider biggest influence in your career?
Biggest influence? I probably have to say Max Martin. He's one of the guys behind all the pop acts you see on radio today. He writes, he produces, he gives artists a brand. He gives them, a way to get out there because he's such a phenomenal songwriter, and he really gets people in the door. He's written breakout hits for so many people. So I just really look up to him as a writer and what he does and how he's able to just keep producing hit after hit after hit, and he's certainly a major inspiration of mine.
And it sounds amazing as well, too. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
At this point, in terms of like an aspiring musician or just anyone in general?
It can be an aspiring musician, it can be anyone, it can be writing, it can be anything.
I'd say, whether it be a music career or whatever kind of career, you want to be a doctor, you want to be whatever the hell you want to be, I think all I would say to somebody is just work your ass off for it, because I've been working for years, it's a slow process, and it's most certainly never going to happen overnight in most cases. But my thing I would say to anyone who's just out there and has a dream, I would say just invest in yourself, put stake in yourself, and if you believe you could do it, then you could do it. And maybe that sounds cliche, but it's really, really true, because that's the most powerful thing. And I think the most powerful tool you can have is just confidence and believing in yourself.
And that's very true as well, too. Once again, Vince Palmeri here on the Mike Wagner Show of Albany, New York, with the latest album, VP, as well, too. A big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. And once again, tell us about your upcoming projects, your website. How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
So all my music is available if you want to purchase it on iTunes, Google Play Store. It's all there. You could stream it on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, wherever. And if you want to follow me, I'm on social media. Instagram is Vince Palmeri Music. You could like my page on Facebook at Vince Palmeri on Facebook, and VincePalmeri.com. You could check out my website as well.
Fantastic, Vince. Again, a big thank you for your time. You've been fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor. Keep this up to date. Love you back on 2020 and beyond. You've been fantastic.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks for having me.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.